the real significance of these on-ramps to crypto being shut down is that as people lose faith in certain stable coins, or they lose faith in crypto exchanges, or if they lose faith in crypto asset securities, like the crypto tokens that the SEC is currently going after, they exit those positions. And since they're not going to withdraw their money back into fiat banks because there are no off-ramps, the natural trade is to trade all those crypto assets for Bitcoin, and then put their monetary energy into the Bitcoin network. So I think this is all fairly bullish for Bitcoin.
American entrepreneur and renowned Bitcoin advocate Michael Saylor and his software and business intelligence firm MicroStrategy have been quite busy in 2023. In March, the firm made the headlines when it paid off its loan to now-defunct Silvergate Bank at a 22% discount. It's also purchased around 7,500 Bitcoin, maintaining its position as the publicly traded company with the largest Bitcoin holding in the world. Earlier this week, the Virginia-based firm reported its earnings for the first quarter of 2023. Unlike it did for the last 4 quarters, MicroStrategy booked a far smaller accounting write-down for its Bitcoin holding. They reported an impairment loss of $18.9 million in the first quarter, by far a big improvement from the $197.6 million impairment loss reported in the fourth quarter of 2022. During the earnings call, the firm's chief financial officer, Andrew Kang, noted that the firm's conviction in Bitcoin remains strong. "We strengthened our capital structure by reducing leverage by fully repaying our Bitcoin-backed loan," Kang said. "We also continued to strategically manage our balance sheet through the addition of 7,500 Bitcoin in the quarter. The conviction in our Bitcoin strategy remains strong as the digital asset environment continues to mature." Saylor, the firm's former chief executive officer and the brain behind the adoption of the Bitcoin strategy, appeared on CNBC to discuss the company's Bitcoin strategy, the positive Q1 earnings, and some of the events impacting Bitcoin and the overall cryptocurrency market. According to the 58-year-old business executive, the winning strategy for investing in the leading cryptocurrency is to hold on to it and stomach the volatility. For Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, Bitcoin is the ultimate digital scarcity network, and there's no second best. During a CNBC interview, Saylor also discusses his views on the ongoing banking sector crisis in the United States and how it is driving Bitcoin adoption. According to Saylor, the banking sector crisis and the crackdown on the crypto industry have been and will continue to drive Bitcoin prices higher. Before we listen to Michael Saylor's interview, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Also, be sure you drop your comments and observations in the comments section below. Everything helps with the YouTube algorithm and immensely contributes to the channel's growth. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
We have progressively built up a Bitcoin position up to 140,000 Bitcoin over the past 2.5 years. When Bitcoin traded from 66,000 all the way down to 16,000, we took an impairment loss. In the course of the last 12 weeks, that Bitcoin position has traded up $2 billion in fair market value. So, of course, when it's trading down, there are tax consequences and indefinite intangible write-offs. But when it's trading up, we reverse some of the tax accounting. The indefinite intangible treatment hasn't changed any. But I think the short of it is the software business is very stable, and it's a cash cow. And we use it to pay our interest on our debt and to acquire more Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin itself is our belief that Bitcoin is the ultimate digital scarcity network. And because Bitcoin has been moving up about 50% a year on average over the last 3 years, the real key with Bitcoin is just to be able to hold on to it and stomach the volatility. And we have conditioned our shareholders and our bondholders to understand that we're long-term hodlers. And because everybody is aligned in that interest, we're able to weather that volatility, and we end up doing very, very well as Bitcoin recovers. I think right now there are two twin drivers, right? There's the macroeconomic concern about inflation, and as inflation takes place, people lose confidence in fiat currencies. And that means they start to realize that everything valued on cash flows is a currency derivative, and Bitcoin is not valued on cash flows. It's in a digital scarcity. The failure of the banks, Silvergate Bank, Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, now First Republic Bank, causes people in the Western world to start to lose a little bit of faith in the banking system. And they remember that Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace run by incorruptible software. So the phrase "be your own bank" has emerged as an investment idea in the United States, but it's really a matter of financial survival elsewhere. And so the combination of that concern about inflation and counterparty risk with banks is driving Bitcoin's adoption. It's also being driven, by the way, by the crypto crackdown. And as people lose faith in crypto exchanges, crypto securities, and cryptocurrencies, there's a natural migration of capital from those crypto ecosystems into Bitcoin, since it's viewed as the risk-off safe haven asset of the crypto space. Well, I think what happened to Silvergate is unfortunate. I'll note that they weren't seized by the regulators. They're not in receivership. They actually were able to return all their deposits, and they're working out of that situation in a responsible fashion. And so my hat is off to them. I think it's very, very difficult time for any bank that had a large portfolio of long-dated bonds and interest rates surging from almost nothing to 5% in 12 months, I think is largely responsible for the difficulties that the banking sector has undergone. I think for those that are acquiring and holding Bitcoin, it doesn't make a big difference. I think the real significance of these on-ramps to crypto being shut down is that as people lose faith in certain stable coins, or they lose faith in crypto exchanges, or if they lose faith in crypto asset securities, like the crypto tokens that the SEC is currently going after, they exit those positions, and since they're not going to withdraw their money back into fiat banks because there are no off-ramps, the natural trade is to trade all those crypto assets for Bitcoin, and then put their monetary energy into the Bitcoin network. So I think this is all fairly bullish for Bitcoin. People are trying to figure out what they can trust, and Bitcoin is the most trustworthy crypto asset. It's the most trustworthy crypto network. There is no second best.
So far, MicroStrategy has purchased 7,500 Bitcoin in 2023, bringing its total holdings to 140,000 Bitcoin. In March, Saylor tweeted that the company had paid off its $205 million loan to Silvergate at a 22% discount and purchased over 6,000 Bitcoin. The tweet, which now has over 24,000 likes and 3.5 million views, reads, MicroStrategy repaid its $205 million Silvergate loan at a 22% discount. As of March 23, 2023, MicroStrategy acquired an additional 6,455 Bitcoins for approximately $105 million at an average of $23,238 per Bitcoin, and held approximately 138,955 Bitcoin acquired for $4.14 billion at an average of $29,817 per Bitcoin. In the following month, Saylor announced the purchase of another 1,045 Bitcoin. The April 5 tweet reads, MicroStrategy has acquired an additional 1,045 Bitcoin for approximately $29.3 million at an average price of $28,016 per Bitcoin. As of April 4, 2023, MicroStrategy holds 140,000 Bitcoin, acquired for approximately $4.17 billion at an average price of $29,803 per Bitcoin. The repayment of the Silvergate loan lays to rest all talks of a margin call for MicroStrategy. According to Saylor, the analytics firm paid $161 million to fully and voluntarily repay the $205 million Bitcoin-backed loan. After the repayment, the bank, which collapsed in March, released 34,619 Bitcoin worth of collateral to MicroStrategy. Outside of Bitcoin, MicroStrategy also reported some positive earnings for the software side of the business. The firm said its total revenue for Q1 2023 was $121.9 million, a 2.2% increase compared to the first quarter of 2022. The company's net income for Q1 2023 was $461.2 million, or $31.79 per share, up from a loss of $130.8 million, or $11.58 per share in Q1 2022. MicroStrategy stock is up by 6.68% today and 126.28% year-to-date. What do you think about Saylor's unwavering conviction in Bitcoin and his assertion that the crackdown from U.S. regulators and the banking sector crisis are both bullish for the leading crypto asset? Please drop your comments and observations in the comments section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.